Hey guys, I'm Jason and this is Demented Toys. Okay, today we're going to be looking at my first box from Don't Eat the Gum Studios. Don't Eat the Gum Studios is a small independent company who does these custom boxes for different prices. They have 5 different tiers. There's the very basic, which is $10, so which is very small. Then you go up to a $25, which is a little bit bigger. Then you go to a $50 box, which is a lot bigger. And then there's a $50 mystery box. I'm not sure what that is. I guess that is a mystery. And then you go up to a $100 box, which is the biggest box, which is what I got. Kevin, he likes to personalize these. So the way it works is when you place your order, at the bottom there's a little section where you list all your favorites, like favorite movies, favorite games, hobbies, stuff like that. And Kevin takes that information and he personalizes the boxes. And he did that for me. Now, I will go ahead and tell you that when I did this, I messed up. First thing I did was I placed my order, but I forgot to list my favorites. So when I got through, I realized my mistake and had to scramble to figure out how to contact Kevin. Luckily, I found him on Facebook, and he was super cool. He said he was trying to contact me also because he realized my mistake, and we talked about it, and I told him, kind of my likes and dislikes, and he made the box. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the little card that comes with it. Now, this is a little personalized note that he sends you. And the reason I know it's personalized is because there's a secret in here that I can't tell you about because it's something special. But I'm going to read the rest of it for you. It says, Jason, thank you for ordering a sale for my small business. Can't read the next part. Then it says, the Jason print is from Mike Scuggs of Shock Studios. He has some killer art. Really does. I'll show you in a second. The Freddy print is signed by artist Baron Winton. Also very cool. And it says, you said you like werewolves, so I included a Hardhound pin. It's an amazing convention you should look into. All my best, Kevin Kennedy. Don't Eat the Gum. Super cool. Thank you. I will definitely check out the convention. Unfortunately, the bad thing about being a parent, having 3 kids, especially little ones, is it's hard for me to go to conventions. Number one, I'm always broke. Number two, little ones, they're not good at conventions. I recently took my oldest son to a convention in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm from Alabama, so it's kind of local. It was smaller than your normal convention, but it was something to get his feet wet and see how he does. He did really good. He loved it. And I promised him that this year I will take him to a Dragon Con in Atlanta, Georgia. So I plan to take him to that so he can see what a bigger convention is like. Okay, to get into the stuff here. Now, like I said, there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of candy. Kevin, my kids, thank you, but you've killed their teeth. I mean, it's awful. But there is a lot of candy with it. I'm not going to show you all the candy. But also what comes in is several things, little goodies. Some of them are fluff, but I mean, it's really good stuff, and I'll show you. The first thing I'm going to go through is the picture frames. If you've ever seen a review of Don't Eat the Gum before, you know that Kevin does these picture frames with these custom little prints, and he did that for me. In fact, I got 2 of them. The first one is my favorite. It's of Betsy Palmer, Miss Voorhees, with Jason. I love this. I can't tell you how much I love this. I met Betsy Palmer about 13 years ago. It was at Dragon Con. I had actually gone to meet Corey Feldman, but he no-showed. And I was kind of disappointed. And then my ex-wife pointed out that Mrs. Voorhees was there. So I turned around and was like, oh my God, it's Betsy Palmer. So I run up to her and of course, throw out my $20 to get an autograph. She said, what's your name? I said, oh, this is perfect. My name's Jason. She yells out, my son, and hugs my neck. I love that. Oh, man, I can't tell you how much I love that. Now, don't get me wrong. I know Betsy Palmer was not a fan of the series, at least not originally. But to me, she is the only real Mrs. Voorhees. She is awesome. I wish that she was still here today because I would hug her neck once again. She's a great woman. I loved her. Anyway, for this, Kevin, I thank you very much. I give it a 6 out of 5. It is so awesome. Thank you, man. Okay, the next picture frame is of Arnold Schwarzenegger with the Monster Squad, the actual monsters. This is super cool too because I'm a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger and also a fan of Monster Squad. So this looks really, really cool. Now, truthfully, it's not as good as my Betsy Palmer one, but I still give this a 6 out of 5 because this is awesome. Thank you again, Kevin. Okay, next we're going to be looking at the small stuff, the fluff, as I like to call it. There's a lot of it. And because there's so much, I'm just going to put it all together. First of all, because the studio is called Don't Eat the Gum, you've got to have baseball cards with gum inside. So that's exactly what we got. We got a bunch of those. Now, some of these I've heard of, some of these haven't, but all of them are really old. You got Baseball's Greatest Gross Outs. You got Full Moon Tracers 2. You got Amazing All Stars. You got Topps Fright Flicks. You got Dinosaurs Attack. Tales from the Crypt. And then the Frighteners. So that's all pretty cool right there. I mean, just for those. So you got probably $3 worth of cards there. Pretty cool. Next up, you have these little, is the individual cards from Garbage Pail Kids. You have 4 of them, as you see here. You have Pick and Peter. You have Slimy Steve. You have Saucy Sammy. And then you have Westworld. So that's pretty cool there. If I took a wild guess, I say that's another, I don't know, probably $1 right there. So that's $4 worth of stuff right there. Next up, we have these custom little magnets made from cards, which is pretty cool. You've got this Freddy Krueger. Then you go into Fangora. American Werewolf in London. And then another Fangora. If I took a wild guess on that, I'd say that's another $2. So we're looking at what $6 or $7 there. Next up, we're going to go into these little bit button pins I got, and there's a bunch of them. We have Jason Voorhees here. Then we go into, let's see, it says Stephen King Rules. It says Attack of the Killer Podcast. This one was the Jason from I Love New York. This one here is the actual Don't Eat the Gum logo. And then Freddy Krueger here. So we're looking at probably another $1 worth of pins there. Next up, we have this little decal. Now this will be hard to see because it's this white, but it's a Jason Voorhees mask. It's pretty good to see there. It's about the size of my hand, as you see. I've actually ordered some of these in the past. Not this particular one, but one like it. And they actually get pretty much up there. I'd say this is $5 right there. So it's pretty cool. And finally, like mentioned in the letter, there was this hard handle pin. This hard handle pin's a little bit smaller than a quarter, as you see right here. It's metallic. I don't think it's silver or anything. I think it's just a metallic print. But if I took a wild guess, I'd say that'd probably go for another $3 or $4 right there. So all in all, you're looking at $15 for stuff just in fluff. So that's pretty cool right there. I never got that much fluff in a thing before, so I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 5 because that's awesome. Okay, next up, we're going to go into the prints. Now, as I mentioned in the letter, there are some cool prints. First one is this big one of Jason Voorhees, and it is autographed right there, as you can see. This is a great print. I like this. This is probably one of the more common pictures that they draw. Different artists to draw. I've drawn this exact same face before, but this is really good. It looks. I love the shading and the 3D effect of the mask. Looks really, really good. And like I said, it is autographed, so that's thumbs up for me. I give this one a 5 out of 5. That's pretty cool. Okay, the next print is the Freddy Krueger print by Baron Winton. And again, it's autographed, which is really cool. And it actually has a card of identification on the bag, which says this is 137 out of 500. Now, this is really cool. I love it. It's very realistic. I mean, it's a painted style, but it's super realistic. I love this. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 also. Very, very awesome. Thank you. Okay, next up, there is a magazine and a trade paperback. The trade paperback is Clive Barker's Hellraiser, which I love Hellraiser. I love just about anything by Clive Barker, so this is super, super cool. This alone gets a 6 out of 5. This is awesome. Thank you. Okay, next up we got a Fangor magazine. Now this is an older Fangor magazine, and as you see, it comes with a little Fangor card of the magazine cover. I think this may be a magnet also. I have to check it out. This is super cool also, and I give this a 6 out of 5. Really cool. Thank you. And finally, no box would be complete without toys, and there is a lot of toys in here. First of all, I'm going to show you this little puzzle box. This is a little Rubik's Cube like thing of Friday the 13th. I love this. You know, I love Friday the 13th, so it's really, really cool. I give this a 6 out of 5. Thank you. Okay, next up we have a Freddy Krueger figure. Now, I actually have this figure, but then again, it's hard for me not to have some of these figures, so I have a lot of doubles of things. This is the Freddy Krueger from part 3. He has on the little suit with the little house in the background, as you see. This is super cool, and I know this is not a cheap figure. I think this runs like $30, so thank you very much. I give this a 6 out of 5 also. Okay, next up we got a Hellraiser figure. Now, this figure is of Stitch from Hellraiser Series 1. These came out about, let's say about 13 years ago. I remember because I actually have this figure. Back then they were about $20, so I'm guessing this is a $30 or $40 toy now. Being that it's so old and harder to find, I think this is really cool. It is unfortunate I already have this figure, but then again, I like having multiples of figures. Some figures I have 3 of, so this will go on my shelf just because it's an extra. I do love it very much, and I give it a 6 out of 5 also. Okay, to sum it up, I got my money's worth and then some here. This is a great box. I totally recommend it. In fact, I've already ordered another box, but I'm not going to open it up right away. I'm waiting for a special occasion, which Kevin understands. But when I do open it, I will show you live what was there, and you can see the reaction he gets. Other than that, I plan to order more in the future. My next goal is I'm going to challenge Kevin to find something I do not have, some kind of figure that is not already a part of my collection. I'll show pictures of my room so Kevin can get an idea of what I have, and hopefully he can find something I do not already have. That will be really cool. So anyway, that's my video. I hope you liked it. Again, I'll continue trying to get better as we do more of these, and thank you very much.